The flames in California right now are almost straight up apocalyptic. So many celebs call Cali home, so it makes sense that a lot of them are being affected by what's going on there right now.
A series of fires are continuing to ravage through Los Angeles, forcing more than 30,000 residents to evacuate their homes.
From Bella Hadid to Mark Hamill and Sandra Lee, it looks like a lot more celebs are evacuating.
More than 80,000 people have been evacuated, including several major celebrities.
Bella Hadid's childhood home, which once belonged to her mom, Yolanda Hadid, was heavily impacted. Bella hopped on her Instagram story on January 8th, 2025 to show a snapshot of the Malibu property caught amid the flames, plus another photo revealing that most of the structure was gone.
Bella Hadid shared a heartbreaking photo of her childhood home burning down amid the ongoing fires tearing through Los Angeles.
Superfans might remember this estate from its frequent cameos on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and fun fact, Yolanda sold it in 2015 per People. Can you imagine looking at pictures of a spot you grew up in and seeing it pretty much leveled? So emotional.
Bella wrote on the snap with a sad face emoji, "Childhood bedroom."
Milo Ventimiglia was visibly moved when checking out what remained of his Malibu, California home, which was very affected by the ongoing situation. You start thinking about all the memories he told CBS News on January 9th, 2025, referencing how hard it is to see his neighborhood in such distress. This unfortunate turn of events comes right as Milo and his pregnant wife, Jera Mariano, are eagerly awaiting their first little one. The duo, who quietly tied the knot in 2023, even watched their home get overtaken by flames throughout their security cameras. At a certain point, we just turned it off, Milo explained. Honestly, that's so sad to picture, but he sounds determined to move forward for his growing family. Eva Longoria had a short-lived evacuation experience stepping away from her Los Angeles home after receiving a super scary alert on her phone. Luckily, she's back now and hosting a few friends who need a safe haven. On January 12, 2025, the Desperate Housewives star jumped on Instagram to chat about how unsettling it felt to leave on such short notice. But she was quick to say she felt lucky to return. On top of that, she plans to donate to This Is About Humanity to support the frontline folks and families affected by the flames. You've got to love her generous spirit and how she's always ready to help others. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and her husband Brad Hall are another well-known couple whose gorgeous place was lost to the elements recently. Back in the early 90s, they snagged that Mediterranean-style spot with 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Talk about fancy. According to the Daily Mail, it's now basically gone. Can you imagine all the memories they made over there in the decades just to see it all vanish? It's a tough pill to swallow, but Julia's always been resilient, so hopefully they'll bounce back in no time. The legendary songwriter Diane Warren opened up about her beloved beach house being heavily affected by the situation. She posted a photo of her sentimental rock with the ocean in the background, writing, "I've had this house for almost 30 years, in her heartfelt caption. It's tough to lose a place filled with so many creative vibes and personal moments. In her post, she talked about a rainbow shining on the rock, and took it as a sign of hope for everyone dealing with this tough situation. The best news, her animals and rescue ranch are safe. And if you follow Diane, you know how huge that is for her peace of mind." Sandra Lee also found herself caught up in the ongoing flames. On January 7th, 2025, she posted a chilling video saying, "As the fire draws closer, I pray for it," and expressing how unsettling the whole experience has been for her community. Then, only a day later, she confirmed on social media that her home was gone. She admitted she cried all night thinking about every perfect nook and cranny that was now lost. It's beyond tough imagining such a cozy place you poured your heart into just simply vanishing overnight, but Sandra's staying in touch with everyone and urging people to stay connected, which really shows her caring side. Star Wars icon Mark Hamill took to social media to share that he evacuated his Malibu home as he saw small fires on both sides of the road while heading out. In his post, he sent supportive vibes to others, calling this the most horrific fire since '93 and telling everyone to stay safe. You can practically feel his concern through the screen. We're all hoping that he and everyone else in that area stays calm and finds a way through it. Steve Guttenberg, a star from Police Academy who's also local to the same region, urged folks who fled to be mindful of how they park so that flame engines and other emergency responders can get through. "We really need people to move their cars," he said, explaining that some neighbors are literally stuck in place because vehicles are blocking the roads. "There's families up there are pets up there are people who really need help," he insisted. "If that's not a real community PSA, I don't know what is. Everyone's just trying to pitch in however they can." Maria Shriver took to Instagram expressing her sadness over the whole thing, sharing a journalist's video of the aftermath for her followers to see. "Everything is gone," she said, noting the impact on her neighborhood and local restaurants. She mentioned that even though she and her family have evacuated, they're safe, but so many friends have lost touch. It's incredibly emotional for someone who's been such a pillar in California for years to see her community facing such challenges. Celebrity hairstylist Jen Atkin revealed on January 8th, 2025 that she and her husband Mike lost their homes in flames. Posting a tearful selfie on her Instagram story, she wrote, "This is weird to post, but our house is gone, our whole area demolished." Her words paint a picture of how stressful it must be for them, especially when she mentions everyone feeling scared and displaced. Despite this huge setback, Jen is still remaining positive, reassuring fans that she and Mike will always push through. Fun fact, she's well known for working with the Kardashian-Jenner crew, so you know she's got quite a supportive circle to help her rebuild. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills newbie Bozoma St. John shared that she lost her Malibu mansion in Los Angeles. She posted a deeply personal Instagram update on January 9th, writing, "It is gone. This is an unimaginable loss. I grieve with the rest of Los Angeles." The carousel she posted includes tons of special memories of the home she described as the house I wanted, the house I prayed for, the house I worked for, in sweat and tears. It's definitely heart-wrenching, but she's proven that she's strong and resilient. No doubt she'll keep pushing forward for herself and her daughter Lael. Jean Ico also faced a huge challenge when her Los Angeles residence was impacted by flames. On January 9th, 2025, she posted on Instagram, "Me and my children's home is now gone. With all of our things inside, thankful we will still have each other. Starting from scratch, my heart is so heavy." She's mom to a daughter and a son, so this is clearly a major blow for their family. Still, she seems focused on gratitude, cherishing that her loved ones are safe, a reminder of what really matters. Joshua Jackson's getaway took a significant hit during the Los Angeles elemental setbacks. Originally purchased in 2001, the cliffside property boasted 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, a vintage Volkswagen, and in a statement to Deadline on January 12th, 2025, he said, "First and foremost, importantly, my daughter, my family, my neighbors all made it out safe. Sadly, my beautiful home did not. But today, I feel incredibly lucky to be surrounded by the people I love." So amazing. Princess Bride legend Carrie Elwes confirmed that he and his family lost their home to the flames as well. Though he kept things as upbeat as possible, he wrote on Instagram, "Firstly, myself, my family are all safe. Sadly, we did lose our home, but we're grateful to have survived this." He went on to thank the brave first responders who worked tirelessly through the night and also acknowledged the overwhelming support from fans and neighbors. His sincere gratitude and relief that everyone's okay really shined through, showing that community spirit counts for a lot in these tough times.
Meghan and Harry are being called no better than ambulance chasers.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are lending a helping hand to those impacted by the Los Angeles wildfires.
From disaster tourists to ambulance chasers, Harry and Meghan's visit to LA has some Angelinos seeing red.
After they were seen reportedly helping after the LA flames ran through the neighborhood, people are thinking they only did it for fame.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were spotted distributing food and necessities at the Pasadena Convention Center.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry found themselves in hot water over the weekend after stepping out in Los Angeles to aid people affected by the blaze. While the royal couple's volunteer work initially appeared to be a positive gesture, actress Justine Bateman, 58, slammed them for clout chasing, pretty much. This got everyone on social media talking.
Family Ties star Justine Bateman slammed H&M for what she believes to be an insensitive photo op.
Justine, best known for her role on Family Ties, took to X, formerly Twitter, to criticize Meghan and Harry for what she viewed as a self-serving public appearance. "They are no better than ambulance chasers," Justine wrote, calling the couple's on-the-ground efforts a repulsive photo op. Justine went on to question whether Meghan and Harry, who don't live here, were simply touring the damage like politicians. Justine Bateman punctuated her critique with a common hashtag people are using for the situation before signing off. A video clip that Justine reposted showed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex helping out at a convention center in Pasadena, California, where many residents displaced by the raging flames have taken shelter. As of yet, Meghan Markle and Harry's reps have not responded to Justine's comments or other media inquiries. Meanwhile, Pasadena Mayor Victor M. Gordo had a different take when speaking with Fox 11. He expressed gratitude for the couple's presence, calling them great people, great personalities, and great heart.
Prince Harry and Princess Markle here, Meghan here.
Well, it's great
people, great personalities.
The mayor described a moment when Harry grabbed a donut for a person who had asked for one, prompting the stranger, unaware of Harry's royal background, to joke, "If you ever run for anything, I'll vote for you." Despite the positive words from local leadership, the flames continue to run across Los Angeles County.
You know, really they just wanted to be supportive. We visited with some of the affected families.
Authorities recently confirmed that Meghan and Harry's own Montecito residence is located in a high-risk zone, but the pair remains safe and is offering their home to friends forced to evacuate. The couple's Archewell Foundation has also donated supplies and clothing, while Markle postponed the release of her upcoming Netflix show, With Love Meghan, due to the ongoing situation. They're not the only famous faces who have shown up to help. Jennifer Garner was spotted volunteering, and countless others are doing their part under the radar. However, even as some stars join the relief effort quietly, Meghan and Harry's high-profile appearance has drawn further critique online.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are lending a helping hand to those impacted by the Los Angeles wildfires.
A YouTube personality named Neil Sean reportedly claimed the Sussex team tipped off the press about the exact time and place of their arrival, suggesting it was staged. A commenter agreed, saying, "It would have been better for them to show up without telling the press and spend the day actually working. Maybe they wouldn't have had all these news stories and photographs about them." Another commenter weighed in, "I agree with Justine. It comes off like a gesture to give them a photo op to raise their popularity rating. She didn't want to work in England, but does this." And a user replied, "Yes, it was just a photo op. That's the only reason they were there. Notice in every photo, she is always centered in the middle of the photo. Nothing different here." In addition to Mayor Gordo's praise, local volunteers also voiced approval for the couple's efforts, noting that Meghan and Harry spent hours with first responders and evacuees. One volunteer, who asked not to be named, told KTLA they showed genuine concern and kept asking how they could help more. "I personally didn't see cameras hovering around them." However, others question how much was done outside of public view, wondering whether the couple's star power might overshadow the day-to-day work carried out by lesser-known volunteers. Some onlookers whispered that the pair left sooner than expected to avoid constant scrutiny from local paparazzi, while Meghan and Prince Harry are providing tangible help to people affected by the blaze, like donating resources, providing shelter, and actually showing up in person to lend a helping hand. People are still divided about whether or not they are doing this for clout. Supporters applaud Meghan and Harry for stepping up, while critics like Justine Bateman and others on social media insist that if the couple truly wanted to help without fanfare, a private visit would have spoken louder than the snapshots now circulating everywhere.
The roaring flames going on in Hollywood rarely spare anything.
As people in Southern California face a 6th straight day of deadly wildfires, crews.
But some of these celebs got lucky. Really lucky. I mean, saved by inches lucky. Tom Hanks, Mandy Moore, and others have been spared for the time being by the elements. Tom Hanks' estate in the Pacific Palisades stood strong while many around it were severely affected.
Tom Hanks' $26 million home narrowly avoided the raging LA wildfire.
His clifftop mansion remained intact with its signature white walls and green yard, even though the property just above it saw most of its structure disappear, leaving only scattered debris and lingering smoke. Mandy Moore shared on social media that her main house remains, though it's not currently livable. She wrote, "We were able to park and walk up to our street to bear witness to all the loss. Miraculously, the main part of her house is still standing. For now, it's not livable, but mostly intact." Mandy explained that her musician husband, Taylor Goldsmith, and brother, Griffin, lost their music studio, along with the garage and back house. A neighboring home was reduced to almost nothing, with Mandy confirming that they lost everything. Photos revealed that the front portion of her place appears relatively unharmed, but the studio and an adjoining area are heavily impacted. Mark Hamill, who is in Star Wars and is an icon, had to evacuate too. He will be relieved his Malibu residence avoided the worst. The home is fully upright, even though an annex is shockingly close to a neighbor's property that didn't pull through the flames. Only a brick chimney and a few drawers remain on that lot. Mark Hamill took to social media to share that he evacuated his Malibu home as he saw small fires on both sides of the road while heading out. In his post, he sent supportive vibes to others, calling this the most horrific fire since '93 and telling everyone to stay safe. You can practically feel his concern through the screen. We're all hoping that he and everyone else in that area stays calm and finds a way through it. Steven Spielberg's sprawling retreat valued at tens of millions also skirted the elements. Much of its lush greenery and pool area stayed intact, though nearby structures weren't as fortunate. The Palisades region continued to see widespread damage, but Spielberg's address remains a surprising pocket of normalcy. Hunter Biden's Malibu home escaped despite land being scorched directly beside it. The area to the right shows a small building that's mostly gone, while the left, where Hunter's place sits still, appears unscathed. A few other celeb spots, including Jennifer Love Hewitt and Kate Hudson's, also remain, but the surrounding neighborhood haven't been so lucky. Multiple blazes continue to run across LA, with at least 10 individuals confirmed no longer with us, though many fear that the number could be higher. Local tension escalated when a suspected man allegedly tried starting another blaze near a celeb enclave. The neighbors tackled and tied him up until law enforcement arrived. Officials say that they're treating the spot as a scene while the Kenneth flame continues to cover more than 1,000 acres. The man, believed to be in his 30s, is in custody as investigations unfold. Though some prominent homes remain standing, the greater Los Angeles area continues to face uncertainty. Many families are still displaced, and the effort to contain all the active flames is ongoing, underscoring a tense time for the city and its residents. Sadly, some well-known personalities faced significant impacts, but a few notable addresses narrowly avoided the worst.
P. Diddy has a wild connection to the LA fires that you won't believe. One of his survivors has spoken about what's happening long before it even started, apparently.
In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence.
In a city already rocked by massive flames and celebrity evacuations, one house remains curiously untouched. Diddy's lavish 17,000 square foot Los Angeles estate. The fact that Diddy's home has emerged untouched while he sits behind bars has ignited a new theory, led by none other than Catherine Austin Fitts, a former government official turned podcaster who loves stirring the pot. According to Catherine Austin Fitts, the blazes that have consumed mega mansions belonging to stars like Miles Teller, Anna Faris, and Anthony Hopkins may have been orchestrated to cover up Diddy's allegations.
How many of the homeowners were on the P. Diddy list?
Naturally, social media is going wild over this one. On her Financial Rebellion podcast, Catherine Austin Fitts let loose with questions about whether any high-profile players linked to Diddy have been significantly impacted. In situations like the LA Flames, I look at patterns. I look at some of the communities involved, she said on Thursday, January 9th, 2025. How many of the homeowners were on the P. Diddy list? She's referring to what theorists call the Diddy list, an unconfirmed roster of celebrities who allegedly moved in the same circles as Diddy and attended his infamous freak-off parties. Gossip about these parties has circulated for years, with rumors of very wild activities and even darker claims made in formal documents. Diddy's star-studded list of friends is well known. Everyone from Jay-Z and Beyoncé to Jennifer Lopez and Leonardo DiCaprio has been photographed alongside him at one point or another. However, those convinced by Catherine Austin Fitts point out that while Paris Hilton, also supposedly on the Diddy list, lost her Malibu home to the flames, Diddy's Holmby Hills mansion remains perfectly intact. It's located at 200 South Mapleton Drive, near the edge of the Pacific Palisades, where nature has been especially wild recently. Yet, somehow, his property continues to stand tall without so much as a scratch. This little detail has only fueled chatter that perhaps the massive flames, the biggest LA flame in history, responsible for running through thousands of acres and displacing over 180,000 people, was used as a convenient shield to get rid of evidence related to Diddy's allegations. Before the rumors could run away completely, certain Facebook posts claimed the mansion had actually been reduced to its foundation, rendering it impossible to be investigated. A prime example came from a user who posted, "P. Diddy's mansion in California has been completely consumed. The house would have been under investigation in a couple of days." That post used a photo of a home from over a decade ago, confirmed by the Cincinnati Enquirer to be from January 2014, making the entire claim blatantly false. Newsweek also chimed in, confirming Diddy's mansion was, in fact, fine. Even more interesting details surfaced when an alleged survivor, Allie Carter, came forward with claims that she'd been subjected to certain things at Diddy's parties. Allie, who has a website describing her experiences, has been gaining online traction since November 2020. She insists Diddy's freak-offs were hotbeds of activity. Though some might dismiss her story as another unverified rumor, her videos and statements have certainly added fuel to the theories surrounding Diddy. In October 2024, Allie Carter's video was shared on Facebook by Coco Can't Be Denied, where she teased a future arrest and also dropped cryptic hints about suspicious flames. She warned that these would appear accidental at first, but would later be linked to cover-ups once the truth came out. In December 2024, she reiterated those claims to Stu Peters, explaining how she was also transported through underground tunnels beneath schools, mansions, and amusement parks. Meanwhile, Diddy's mansion continues to sit pretty, despite being close to the Palisades flames. All the while, celebrities all around him, Anthony Hopkins, Miles Teller, Anna Faris, and plenty more, have been forced to run from their homes or watch their properties turn to ash. Actor and comedian Eugene Levy was also part of the mass exodus, dodging the flames that brought an end to the lives of at least 16 Californians. As for Diddy, he remains behind bars, with claims still spreading about his unaffected house being just too fishy to ignore.